Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Life with Money here on Nia's Perspectives. If this is your first time here, I want to say it doesn't cost you a thing to hit the like and subscribe button right now. So, I started the My Life with Money series to highlight different individuals and their different transformations and journeys with money. And I thought that it would be good to make it more of a regular conversation. I want to make talking about money normal. If you don't know me, I am Nia. I am the owner of Perspectives. I take individuals from struggling and stress to empowered about money so that they can achieve financial freedom. So today I want to welcome our guest. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Barbara Allende, and Nia and I are good friends, and she's been coaching me a whole lot about financial matters.
And where are you from?
I grew up in the Bronx and in Brooklyn, New York, and now I live in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm 40 years old. I work in an audit capacity. And I have my background prior to working in audit I was in financial services. So I was a securities principal. I did that for about 13 years, and then I decided to become a public servant. So that's my career background.
Any hobbies or interests?
I like to read a lot. It's all basically domestic stuff. I love to cook and have people over. I love to travel. And I like to be by myself, actually. So not many people can say that. I like to be alone.
So I could do either or. I'm okay with being out, but I'm okay with being by myself. Like since this whole thing of being in the house, like I'm okay. I'm not.
I love it.
Desperate.
I love it.
I can deal it. Yeah. So we talked about your 9 to 5. Do you have a business or anything?
So I dabble in a whole bunch of side hustling. So I have a business that I established in January of this year. So I'm a notary. I'm a traveling notary. So we can, charge for travel and mileage and all that kind of stuff. And I'm also a loan signing agent. So what loan signing agents do is we take closing documents to the seller or the buyer. And, it's a process of going through the documents, notarizing everything, and sending it back to the title agency. So I do that as well. It's pretty lucrative, especially the loan signing part, because you can make anywhere from like between $100 and $300 signing. So I'm trying to it's a lot of networking, and it involves a lot of building relationships with title companies and stuff like that. So, you have to have social media presence and be able to, exhibit that you have credentials to do this. You have to go through training and do a lot of stuff. So that's one of my businesses. I was also Airbnb-ing part of my house prior to COVID, January through March. That was really, really, really lucrative.
Okay, that was my next question.
It was easy money. It was like the easiest money. The only thing is that it's a lot of cleaning and hospitality and stuff. But I liked it. I liked meeting different people and from different areas and all that stuff. So yep, that's what I worked on.
Okay, cool. What I was going to say, my next question would be so when you were younger, basically explain your education about personal finance when you were younger. Did you get any prior education about it? Did you have to kind of learn on your own?
No, I mean, you kind of learn, my grandmother would have me write checks for her, and I knew how to register checks and all that stuff, but I wasn't given education about budgeting and stuff like that. It was pretty much the money came in and the money went out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there wasn't a whole lot of education about that, or about saving, or about investing. No kind of education about investing. I learned that on my own when I started working for Citigroup and stuff like that.
Okay. So what do you think will be your challenges when it comes to money? What do you consider challenging for you?
sticking to a budget is difficult. Sticking to a budget, and also like when you have money coming in from different places, and you know, there's an abundance of money everywhere. So like when it comes in, I have gotten better about, okay, this is where this money's going to go. This money I made from this signing, I'm going to put it towards this. I would just spend and not really have like a plan for where the money went, you know?
And that's what I tell people all the time. You got to tell your money where to go.
Absolutely. Like, because it's so and then like when you're a homeowner and then you want to buy this cute furniture and you want to buy this, and you have pets and you want to buy all this stupid toys and stuff for the pets and the kids and all that, it's really easy to get lost in Amazon. And I will say, I'm going to share this. It's personal, but I'm going to share it because I want people to be aware. Amazon is dangerous. So you and I had this conversation, like I said, well, I wonder how much money I spent on Amazon in, 2019. And there's a report. You told me how to run the report because I didn't know how to do that. And I ran the report and I spent like $6,000 on Amazon in a year. And that,
think about that, like, man, what could I have done with that $6,000? And then some of those things from Amazon, you still haven't even used. Like, you got it, and then maybe you used it once and you never touched it. Like, you get stuff because it's so easy.
It's so easy.
The checkout process very easy.
You self checkout. I mean, you do the one-click buying and then you forget about it, and it's like, what the hell did I spend that much money on? I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, agreed. How did you get to the point where now you make a plan for your money? Like, how did you overcome the spending and just letting your money fly? Like, how did you change that?
I mean, being completely honest, I started hanging out with you. Like, we met, seriously, like we met, in 2017, I think?
Yeah, 2017.
And then, like we started hanging out and stuff. And it was all about, we always talked about budgeting and about investment income and investment properties and all that stuff. And you can't, money's a gift. Like, you get this money, you have to be a good steward of that money and take care of what you need to take care of, but you can't just be so flagrant, especially like, you taught me a lot about debt and the student loan conversation. Do you want me to discuss that with them?
It's up to you. Like,
I'm going to discuss it because like, it was such an eye opener. So, to the audience, this is what happened. So I went to graduate school, out of state, and I have a sizable amount of student loan debt. And, it's not as big as some of my colleagues, but it's pretty huge. So, we were talking about it one day, and then you said that I needed to look into how much I've paid so far since I started repayment back in 2014 to figure out like how much have I paid down so far. So, I went online and I pulled, like, there was some kind of a letter that they send you that says, okay, this is how much you've paid since the repayment started. And then this is how much your principal has gone down. So the number was, I have paid, I think it was like $35,000 in monthly payments towards my student loan. My principal has gone down by $1,000.
And that's freaking insane.
You remember, like, I called you, I took a picture of it. I was furious. I'm like, what am I spending? Oh my God. Like, I was just incensed about that. So that was when I started, because I had been talking about, okay, debt repayment, but I wasn't like full force yet until I saw that statement. And I said, all right, I need to pay off all of my consumer debt first. Then when I pay off the consumer debt, I'm going to pay off those student loans, because this is a monkey on your back. It's a burden, and it's not fair. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, see, the more debt that you're paying every month, that's less money you have to save. Or that's what's making it hard for you to save and invest and do these different things, because you're pretty much a slave to these payments every month. And they try to do everything possible to make sure that they do it for a period of time. Like, even with cell phones, when you go into the store, they're like, oh, get a cell phone. I'm like, well, how much is it? Oh, it's just $9.99 a month. No. How
No.
much is the phone? Oh, we'll
Right.
just only add $10 to your bill every month. No, you're not understanding me. Okay, how much does the $10 add up to? That's what I end up asking them.
Yeah.
But they're not used to somebody doing that. And that's like, I don't want to know how much it is, $10. You're saying it that way because you know the mental mindset that $10 a month does not sound like a lot. But if I'm paying $10 a month for 60 months,
I know.
you know, that it starts to, you know, you want to wonder, like, but that's just the way that they do things. And you end up just that constant obligation to pay when you could be if not investing, you could be saving. Like you could just do so much more with your own
Yeah.
that you're working for.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, a lot of us get caught up in the vanity, right? Like, you have a perfectly working phone. This was an issue I had years ago. You know, you have a nice phone, it works, it calls out, but oh, this new whatever the hell, because I'm an Android person. So, oh, this new A50 or whatever comes out and I want that, I want that. And then on the Sprint website, they don't say, oh, this phone costs $1,300. They say you can pay it for $20 a month.
Tell you how much it adds to your bill a month in that term.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No. So I stick to like cheap phones that work, you know, but I don't need to spend that kind of money on a phone. You know what I mean? And I also have like you know, I also don't, you know, I drive car and I drive it until it dies. I don't trade in my car. I don't go finance a new one. I don't do that.
Same here. My car has been paid off for a couple years now.
Yeah.
I am not looking, searching. It drives just fine. Just got an oil change the other day to try to keep it running longer. I'm not looking to change it at all. And I don't even want to get another phone, at least till my student loans are completely gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to, because that's just an added bill to my expenses, you know?
It is.
So what would you say your current relationship with money is now?
So now I'm in, like I told you earlier, I'm in an entanglement. Okay. Like, I have a good relationship with money in that I make a comfortable living. You know, I don't struggle. But because I wasn't a good steward of the money before, now I'm dealing with, okay, I need to pay all this back. I have like, you know, when you own a house, you have a mortgage. I have an investment property that has a mortgage. I have like credit card debt because when I moved and I had to buy furniture and I had to do like all this stuff, and then like I would travel, but I'm like, oh, I have money on my credit card. I could just put it on my credit card instead of saving for it, you know? So now I've dug myself into a hole that I need to get myself out of, because, you know, you make a payment and then the majority of that payment goes to interest. So like, I'm just doing every type of hustle I could think of. Like, I'm even like, I signed up to walk dogs. It's in addition to like renting space, you know, my pool, in addition to the investment income, and in addition to like the rental income, like I'm doing the most to be able to make huge payments towards this debt, because I've already learned that I can't get myself into this kind of situation anymore, you know? And I'm one of the lucky ones. Like, I have the resources and I have like the people like you that tell me what I need to do and stuff like that. Not everybody has that education or support to know what to do when they're in this kind of debt, you know? So it's just important to be aware of what you're being charged, and like, if you charge something, what's the consequence? How much are you going to have to pay back? You know, like,
even with those credit cards, looking at your credit card statements, you know, forget about the minimum payment. Look at how much you're paying in interest across the board for your credit card statements. Think about what you could do with that money.
Yeah.
Like, I tell people to do that a lot of times too. And you'll see like, man, especially those high balance cards, you're paying $100, $200 in interest alone a month. That's a car note.
Yeah, remember I was complaining like 2 months ago. I paid I forgot what the amount was. I think it was like $500 towards one of my credit cards, and then the finance charge came back at like $350 or $400. Oh my God, can I get ahead? Like,
exactly.
You know?
So you really just only knocked down like $150 off your debt.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So I'm just, everything I can do, like everything I can do any extra money I make goes to that. And then it's important to also set a date. Like, I want to have this amount of money paid off by this date. And then when you set that deadline, you like feel that pressure, like, I need to pay this back. And it helps to have people that make you accountable. Like, I tell you, this is what I'm doing. You tell me this is what you're doing. And then when the time comes, I'm like, all right, did you do it? Did I do it? You know?
Yeah, I think accountability is key. That's true. And having people around you who are supportive, who aren't trying to derail you, you know, from your goals. I think that makes a difference also.
And not everybody's going to be supportive. Like, there are people there. So you have to clean house, you know, sometimes. And there were people that I was associated with that I had been friends with for like 25 years. And they didn't understand, like, you know, you have this goal. I'm trying to leave money behind to my kids. I don't want to leave them with debt.
Exactly. And you passed away, they already built grieving over you. Now they got all these creditors, like,
yeah.
We want our money. We're sorry for your loss, but this was their last bill.
Yeah. And if people don't understand, like, it's okay if you're growing in a different direction from someone, that, you know, you can end the relationship. It's not a big deal. I remember I had a pastor once tell me, if you have been friends with someone for a year, and in that year you haven't grown or become a better person as a result of that friendship or relationship or whatever, then it's time to cut that person loose. And I never forgot that.
That's a nice perspective, though.
It really is, because you are supposed to grow. Everybody in my circle now, like, helps me in some way. You help me with the finances. Then I have another friend that helps me with, you know, relationships. And, you know,
I think I help you with your travel life too.
Yes, the travel life, and the cheap travel life, which is
the budget travel life. Absolutely.
Yes, I love it. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, okay. So we're almost finished. Let's see what we got left. I got my little set questions to ask. So you spoke about you doing a lot of different side hustles. Like, I wanted to just discuss briefly, like, different types of income. So it seems like most of your incomes, like, you have like side hustles, you have your main job, like, but when it comes to your budget, like, do you base your budget off? Because I always tell people to base their budget off their main income, because the goal is for your bills to be a portion of your main income and not your side, because then that's what helps your side hustle be an actual supplement to your income.
That's how I do it. Like, so my 9 to 5 pays the bills. My 9 to 5 pays my household bills and, like, the groceries and, you know, the utilities and stuff like that. Any money that I make, so I have an investment property, I don't touch any of that money. So the rental income from that property goes to paying the mortgage and, you know, the fees and stuff like that. And then there's money left over that I keep there. And then at the end of the year, I pay that extra towards the mortgage as a principal payment. So that I don't touch. But like, the Airbnb money, that went straight to debt. I also have a part-time job at Amazon that goes straight to debt. Anything that I make extra, any money from the notary business or anything like that, that all goes to debt, because I set a very aggressive payback goal, you know, and I intend to meet it. So everything I can send there, that's where it goes.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about your business. So you say you do mobile signing. Was it hard to sign up for that, or to start it?
No, it's actually really easy. So I have, you know, I know about the real estate business. I've bought a couple of houses and stuff like that. So I know what a loan package, you know, what it looks like and how, you know, what kind of documents are in it and stuff like that. So the process is you become a notary first. That's really easy. Some states, they might make you take a test. It's like an hour long. It's really easy. In New Jersey, all you have to do is go get sworn in. That's all you have to do. And you have to get sponsored by like a congressman or something. But that part is very easy. You just fill out an application and it goes to your congressman, and then they, I guess, do a background check. I don't know. So that's how it is in New Jersey. Then if you want to become a loan signing agent, the National Notary Association is the gold standard for signing agent education. And that's where all these title companies require you to have that education from that, the Notary Association. So it's an online class. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's like $300. At the end of the class, you take an open book test, and then that's all it is. And then they run the background check for you. Once that's done, then you have to sign up on a database. They see that you're accredited, so to speak. And if there's any like notary jobs, then they'll send them to you. If you can accept it, great. If not, they'll just assign it to somebody else. So like I said, if you're doing a loan signing, you can get paid anywhere from like $100 to $300.
How much is it to start up? Like, how much does it cost?
So I spent, like, in startup money, it was a total of like $1,000, because you have to pay for the state of New Jersey, the state, you know, I think that was $150. Then you have to pay for the notary course. That was another like $300. Then you have to get like errors and omissions insurance, which is required. That's not expensive. I think it was like $50. But then you have to buy like a laser printer, because you're printing out a lot of paperwork, and you're bringing the packages to the, you know, the buyer or the seller so they could sign it and stuff like that. So between all of that, it was about $1,000.
Oh, okay. And then depending on the state, it might be a little cheaper depending on like what they require you to do. So that's just important to see what your state looks at. But that's an income that can keep giving.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much to do, like, once you actually get a job.
Right. Yeah. And then like even the general notary work, like somebody will call and say, oh, I need you to notarize this power of attorney for me or whatever. I did one earlier this week, and it was like a 5-minute thing. I just went, looked at the paper, looked at the IDs, notarized it, and I got $23 for like 5 minutes. So
you can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to share like your business, you know, for people who are in the New Jersey area, if they were interested, or like your social media for your business?
So my notary business is Allende Mobile Notary Services. I'm on Google and all that stuff. My last name is spelled Allende. I serve all of New Jersey, but I am located in Middlesex County. So if you need a notary, I'm 24 hours. I'll come to you, whatever. It's hard to find someone that will go to a hospital or a nursing home. That's why I became a notary, because when I needed a notary, they wouldn't come because it was at a facility. So I just try to be accommodating to everybody and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my hustle.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. As I said, please don't hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button. It's there just for you, and I promise it won't cost you anything. That ends this interview. Thank you again, Barb. I appreciate you joining.
Thank you.
Today. All right. Have a good one.
You too.